Have you ever been told or felt like you should have your life together by the age of 30?
I just turned 45 and I have no idea what it is that I'm doing.
I just started getting bored in life, so I decided about 2 years ago to start a YouTube channel. I'm a full-time employee, a husband, father, and even a grandfather. I'm just trying to get through life as best as I can. So I'm going to share with you why I decided to start a channel in my 40s, what I've been learning and doing over the past 2 years, and how I've learned to make an opportunity out of a disability. Or is this simply my midlife crisis? Okay, well, welcome to my studio, also known as my backyard. I have a couple of recording spaces, either backyard, my patio, inside on my truck, or where I'm out camping and hiking. In order for me to keep making the videos that I've been doing, I've been busy around the yard doing finishing touches on projects that have taken me up to 6 years to finish. As you can see, not everything is done yet, but I've got lots of great stuff to share and lots of future projects to do. I was never much one to share a lot of personal information on social media in the past, but then something had happened about 6 years ago that changed everything for me and made me reevaluate how I had to live my life. Let's start at the beginning. This is me, aren't I cute? Born the youngest of 4, growing up in Alberta. 17, zero self-confidence, and watching my mother die from cancer. By 20, I was struggling with depression and drug addiction, which carried through until I was 30, where I had finally made that decision that I needed to quit. I am very fortunate to say, 15 years later, I am still free of those addictions. Leave a comment below if you'd like to see a future video about my addiction and recovery. I met my wife at 32. She gave me an instant family with 2 wonderful daughters. We were married 5 months later. Yes, that's right, 5 months. Was given another daughter the following year. Our family has grown, and 12 years later, we are still together. Because of my past, I never propelled myself into any kind of education or training to give myself a career. So for the last 9 years, I've been working at one of the local mills. I'm currently an in-house trained grinderman. That means I sharpen things. It's dull work, but it pays well, it's steady, and it's a union. I'm sure a lot of you out there can relate to that feeling of being stuck in a job just simply because it pays the bills. So I get these headaches. 10 years ago, I was diagnosed with cluster headaches, and I would only get them periodically. But then 6 years ago, everything changed.
Oh, like my whole head hurts.
They can be excruciating. My headaches became daily and with varying degrees. I get it. Headaches aren't that interesting of a story. Most people don't understand the severity and the impact that these types of headaches can have in a person's life. They are debilitating. I'll share in future videos some of the treatments that I'm going through and the medications that I've tried. I'm currently trying Botox. Yes, that's right, you can get it for more than just cosmetics. Again, I'll share in another video the results of that. As I've been sharing my story these past 2 years, I've called these headaches everything from cluster headaches to migraines. But that's also because I don't have an exact diagnosis for them yet. I am working with a neurologist, and we're still trying to determine exactly what it is that I'm going through. 3 years ago, I was in a really dark place. I was unhappy at work, all while suffering through this disease and trying not to get fired for missing too many days. I needed a change, and so my channel was born. I started toying around with some animation and did my own intros. Hello. I started learning about photography, especially night photography, which I really enjoy. I was able to get out camping, built a stove for my tent. Works really well, you'll have to check out the videos for that. I had no idea even where to begin. So I turned to the number one place to learn, to create, and to explore: YouTube. I had never made a video before. I didn't even know how to edit. I didn't even know how to upload a video to YouTube. I'm rather computer illiterate. All I use is my cell phone. Everything from my photography, my videography, my editing, literally everything I do is on my cell phone. When I first started, camping bushcraft videos were going to be my niche. Finding the time to do so was another story. Plus, these were getting in the way. So I just started recording everything and learning as much as I could about video editing. I've sang karaoke for my first time, I've had the chance to start filming at a local heavy metal festival, and I've gotten the chance to meet all kinds of bands and artists. I wrote a radio ad,
celebrating its 14th year of bringing together metalheads from across the country.
Fest 2024.
I even got the chance to
chatting
be
with
on
one
the
of
radio.
Organizers, Nate. How you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you guys?
Oh, we are great.
We're good.
Lesson number one that I learned about creating a YouTube channel: time. It takes a lot of time to create, to plan, to execute. If you're planning on making a YouTube channel, be prepared for the amount of time that you're going to be putting into it. I was feeling lost in how to present my story until I saw the YouTube channel, The Wheelchair Dad. Dan was paralyzed in a construction accident, and he does these amazing builds. He also suffers from what's called adhesive arachnoiditis. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. It was in this video that I felt a connection with Dan. Seeing him show what he was going through was incredible. It made me feel like I had something that I could share with my story. So I reached out to Dan. I have to say, Dan and his wife Andrea are amazing people. They have been incredibly encouraging and just friendly, great people. I felt encouraged to continue sharing my story. So be sure to go by and check out their channel and show them some love. Lesson number 2, the long game. YouTube is definitely a marathon, not a sprint. Unlike Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, those are all for instant gratification, immediate results, whereas YouTube, you can create something and have long-term success out of it. As long as you put in the time and the effort and enjoy what it is that you're doing, you'll find the results that you're looking for. I'd gotten lost in creating videos for Facebook and Instagram, searching for that instant gratification, searching for those subscribers and those followers. I was trying to make videos that were more pleasing to the viewer rather than what it is that I wanted to do. I'm still not very good at telling my story, and I wasn't getting very far, and I fell into a bit of a creative block. So it was at that time I was introduced to another YouTuber, Darren Naylor. It was with his video on how YouTube changed his life that made me recognize I wasn't alone in this. He had said things that resonated with me, that made me remember why it is that I got into YouTube to begin with. My number one reason for starting a YouTube channel was to take charge of my mental health. It gave me new things to learn, and I was able to set new goals, and I was able to give myself a whole new direction in life. And my other reason is because when I was 17, I lost my mother to cancer. I haven't heard her voice in over 28 years, so by making these videos, it gives a way for my children to always have something to remember me by. Lesson number 3, grow. However works for you, keep learning, keep setting new goals, and keep growing. As debilitating as these headaches are, I never would have gotten out and have explored, let alone have experienced the things that I have over these past 2 years. Maybe I am just in the middle of a midlife crisis. I have no idea how far I can go with this or where it's going to take me. But I'm excited to share my story and my journey with you, and I hope that you'll follow along. So please do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so you know when I'm posting new videos. I'll do my best to post a video every week, but again, as it is with these headaches, we will just see what happens. Follow along on my community tab, leave a comment below if there's any questions, or if there's something that you would like to see in a future video. Oh, I almost forgot to introduce myself. I'm Nate, and these are my adventures.